Good morning, welcome to Subjective. I am thrilled and honoured to be talking to the wonderful Susie Bick this morning. Good morning, Susie.
Morning.
How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Good. Let's talk about The Vampire's Wife.
Okay.
So how did that happen?
When my children were around 13, 14 years old and I had a little time because they were at school for longer, I used to just stare at this cupboard I had with so many dresses, vintage dresses, all sorts of things that I'd kept over the years that I thought one day I want to sort of design stuff like this. And I started thinking about it when I had a little bit of time, and I just set up a little studio up the road from where I live so I could still do the school run, and just this very simple idea of making 3 or 4 dresses, you know, with local people. So I found a local seamstress, local pattern cutter, and I just made a couple of dresses. And I guess what kind of made it sort of gross overnight suddenly was Kate Blanchett asked to wear one of my dresses to a BAFTA event, and suddenly people started calling me, and you know, wholesalers started ringing me up, and Net-a-Porter and Matches, they all want to stock this dress that Kate was wearing. And then Florence Welsh sort of asked me for a few things, and so it sort of just like suddenly kind of grew very quickly. So I had to get a bigger office, and then another bigger office, and then more staff, and then it just sort of grew and grew and grew really, really quickly.
Because it's been a huge success from what I can see from my side.
Thank you.
Do you enjoy doing it? Is there something
I love it. I mean, it's interesting, everything I learned from being a model, is I've ploughed into it in every way. You know, from all the designers, the incredible designers I work with, you know, just everything. So what I do is I design everything, I photograph everything, I art direct everything, I do all the makeup and hair. I choose the models, I choose the local people I find.
Yeah, how is it? Do you enjoy directing models?
I'm kind of weird, and I like everyone to stand very still and just be like creatures just sort of standing there. So I don't direct in that way. I just say, just face me, look at me, turn to the left, turn to the right, you know. And I use my assistants, my design assistants are all the models. The girl in the local cafe down the road is one of my models. There's, you know, I kind of love finding people, because that's kind of what happened to me. I was kind of just a normal girl, you know. So I love giving that opportunity back. So I mean, I don't do it consciously, I just like people like that. I just like... Do you find yourself sort of giving them a lesson in modelling? I do a bit, like when I do close-ups, I sort of think I'm Tien or something. I start angling, and I'm very bossy with the photographer and start telling him how to do the light. And now I use the mannequins, you know, which I love, because they're just like these...
But there was a mannequin of you.
Oh yeah, there was, and there is somewhere.
Adele Rootstein?
Yes. Yeah, that was very spooky having that done. I didn't like it at all. I thought it was a great idea. I was like, wow, they want me to be an Adele Rootstein. Well, great. I had to go and be sculpted for a week in this room full of millions of heads of like others, you know.
In Earl's Court?
Yeah, I think so. Somewhere like that.
After
and I got a bit spooked, and on the last day I was like, do I have to come back? And he's like, you have to be here to finish it. And I was like, I wanted to run away. I was saying to my son yesterday, I said, did I ever show you that mannequin of me in Harvey Nichols or Harrods? And he went, Mum, yeah, I remember walking past it at night. And I said, was that weird? He went, no, it wasn't weird at all. I said, it's weird for me. Like seeing yourself like forever, like in that, it was kind of spooky. Eternal pose for the rest of my life. No. But they're very lifelike. I was saying, can you just like straighten my nose a bit? Can you like make me look a bit better than I do in real life? And he was like, no, it has to be exactly everything, you know. So I was quite young at the time. I was about 19 or something.
So they sculpted you out of clay?
Yeah, out of clay. Literally like a sculptor, you know, like with your head on a stick thing, and he's like carving away and looking at you for hours. Yeah, all day for about a week. I have got a photo of me having it done. I just look like this little girl in a pink jumper sitting next to this sort of scary looking thing, and then all these heads of like Joan Collins and all these people with no wigs on, with no makeup, so it's quite spooky. It's like body snatchers.